Item number 2 is a resolution proclaiming the week of April 12th as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. We've talked a lot over the last year about the work that our various 911 dispatch centers do and the important work that they do in ensuring that emergencies are attended to in a quick and effective manner. And so I'd like the clerk to read the resolution and have the sheriff join me at the podium.
Whereas the United States Congress established the second full week of April each year as a National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, and whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of law enforcement, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas public safety telecommunicators are the driving force behind our nation's emergency rescue services, and whereas the men and women who dispatch emergency responders, though not visible to the public, play a critical role in communication with citizens in emergency situations, and whereas the public is dependent upon public safety telecommunicators to notify emergency personnel promptly, clearly, and calmly, and whereas are instrumental in comforting and reassuring residents and can be vital in providing guidance and support in stressful situations. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Lake County Board does hereby proclaim April 12 to April 18 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. And be it further resolved, the Lake County Board does hereby thank the 27 dedicated professionals in the Lake County Sheriff's 911 Communications Center for the prompt and professional dispatch services provided to the Lake County Sheriff's Office, Lake County Forest Preserve District, Lake County MEG, Lake County Major Crimes Task Force, Lake County Emergency Management Agency, Lake County Department of Transportation, and the Lake County Animal Control Department, dated at Waukegan, Lake County, Illinois on April 14, 2015.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Commissioners. We're very grateful for this. It's the phone call that allows us to do our job in the way it's handled. And obviously you've seen the Sheriff's Office receive awards both locally and nationally with regards to life-saving, and it's all because of the 911 and the way it's handled at that end. I want the Undersheriff to talk a little bit about Ray Rose, just what we have going on with regards to our 911 dispatch, but I also want to recognize John Byrne is here, our chief, and Mike Gregory, who oversees that unit, lieutenant. He does an awesome job too.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
We thank you for the opportunity to be here to talk about the communications, 911 communications. But let me start out with, you may recall last month we recognized a number of people in the Sheriff's Office. For example, we recognized one of the deputies from Highway Patrol who was involved in administering Narcan. Arrived on the scene, a young man in cardiac arrest due to a heroin overdose. We had another officer from adult corrections who saved the life of a person attempting suicide in the jail, who, by the way, was named this month as the National Corrections Officer for the Sheriff's Association. The court security, we had 2 deputies who were there and administered life-saving to a person who had literally dropped to the floor dead with a heart attack. They saved his life and brought him back. So we're all accustomed to seeing those kinds of events occur, and we're accustomed to seeing the face of these life-saving efforts that take place. And is what we end up forgetting about is all these heroes behind the scenes. We forget about when you pick up that phone, you expect that somebody's going to be at the other end of that phone. And not only do you expect them to be at the other end of the phone, you expect them to know what they're going to do and that they're going to make sure that you're going to get the results that you expect. So when we get these calls, over 200,000 calls were received last year by our 911 center. So when someone's child is missing, someone's house is getting broken into, someone's involved in a traffic crash, someone's involved in a heroin overdose, and that phone call comes in, these are the people who are responsible to ensure that all the resources that we have are dispatched and that they're dispatched appropriately and that they are talking through with people what's going on, trying to keep them calm while at the same time they're ensuring that the appropriate response is in place. You heard through the reading of the resolution, Lake County Major Crime Task Force, Lake County MEG, Lake County Sheriff's Office, Lake County Emergency Management. That's a lot of folks that we are dispatching for. That's a lot of folks that we are making sure that they get to where they're supposed to be, and that when they get there, additional resources, if they're necessary, are also there. So when we recognize the deputies, the corrections officers, and the kind of the face, if you will, of the Lake County Sheriff's Office and these first responders, thank you so much for this morning, for recognizing, again, the unsung heroes, the people behind the scenes who we don't see, we don't think about until we pick up that phone and we expect there's going to be a response. The other thing I want to acknowledge is we just completed about a $500,000 renovation of the 911 center, all state-of-the-art equipment, all the upgrades that are necessary to ensure that we are able to make sure that when that call comes in, that we're able to respond to it. All digital equipment, all new screens and monitoring that's in place. And I would like to invite all of you, we're going to have an open house from 9 o'clock till 10 o'clock on Thursday. If you're available, please come to the 911 center so we can show you what we've done through your support in the terms of budgeting and financing that was provided to us to make sure that we remain a state-of-the-art 911 center. And on behalf of our 27 telecommunicators, I thank you so much for the recognition and the opportunity to be here and help recognize them. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve by Nixon, second by Cunningham? Any discussion on this item? All in favor, aye. Any opposed, no. Motion carries.